side, I'm junior. Yes, and I will be graduating next year.
My name is Mohammed. I go by Mo. I graduated from Hillcrest last year, and then I go to Westminster now.
Hi, my name is Muhammad, and I go to East Midville Elementary, and I am in 4th grade.
My name is Alzoubi from Syria. I live in here maybe three years ago. Work in country teacher high school and the principal high school. Study with University of Damascus, psychology, and study before this geography with Lebanon.
My name is Manan. I am from Syria, and I was a teacher in my country for 10 years. And now I work with Mandi in Middle Western School, and I am happy to be here.
Hey, my name is Salam Alzoubi. I'm really happy to be here and to share my story with you.
So, welcome on behalf of us. So, we would go around and tell you we are all teachers, and we work in elementary, high school, middle. We range in all areas of education. So, let's see. Mo.
Yeah, what do you want me to talk about?
So, can you explain your journey? Like, if you want to start back, what was a typical day like in Syria? Because you're the oldest. What was that like? And then, what changed? What kind of impact did that have on your family? And then, how did it impact your professions, your jobs? And then, how did your profession help you out in the camp? And then, how did you get to the U.S.?
Okay. All right. So we were basically from the south part of Syria, close to Jordan, in a city called Daraa. We were kind of like a middle class family. My dad, like he was saying, he was a high school principal, and then my mom was an elementary school teacher. We've always had education as, or we still have education as a value in our lives. They raised us based on that. And in 2013, our town was taken by the military, and then we had to leave. We walked about 12 miles in the night through the desert to get to Jordan. We lived in the camp there for 3 years. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. The Alzoubi camp, it's for Syrians, was built I think in 2011. We lived there from 2013 until 2016. My mom was a teacher there, and my dad volunteered to help the Syrian seniors in high school to finish their high school and then go to college after. We lived in a tent over a year and a half, and then we bought caravans. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the two. It's kind of like moving houses. We bought like 2 of these, and then we built a small kitchen, then a small bathroom next to it, and then we just basically built our own house over there. And after we got a call from IOM, International Organization for Immigration, they asked us if we wanted to go to the United States. And then after making about 8 interviews for a year and a half, we got accepted, and then they told us we were coming to Utah. Now, honestly, when they said we're coming to Utah, I was like, oh, did they make a mistake that we're going to Canada, or? Because I had no idea where Utah is. And then they were like, oh no, it's right next to...
يقولوا ابوي استاذ جغرافيا ما عرفش انه في ولايه بيوتا يعني كنا انا درست امريكا بس يوتا ما مرتش معي.
He's saying that he studied geography too, and then when they told us we're coming to Utah, I was like, yeah, I never heard of it too.
That must mean it's non-existent.
Hey, no offense though, it's a great place. And then we came here in 2016, January 15th was the first day, and we lived in Taylorsville first. I went to Taylorsville High for the second half of my sophomore year, and then we moved to Midvale. After that, my mom got the job at Woodrow Wilson Elementary School, and we came here to Hillcrest with my two sisters, and we kept going to school and studying, and then they're about to be done with the junior year, then go to senior year, and then I graduated last year. I got a few scholarships to Westminster, and then I got accepted there, and I'm doing pre-med public health over there.
So you can just explain it, and then I can send the link to them.
Can I ask a question while
Yeah.
you're doing that? So, life in the camps, what was that like? I've read articles that it's obviously it's very difficult, but one of the problems that I've read about is that because there's so many people and not a lot to do, that some of the young people get into trouble in the camps and things. So is that?
So yeah, if you don't go to school, if you don't keep yourself busy, of course you will get to the sideways, and you will get into a lot of troubles, and then with the borders of the camp and then the security all over the place, the kids will smuggle a lot of things, and like at a young age they'll get involved in these stuff because there's no one to tell them, hey, you can't do this and you should do that, but they just do whatever they want. I think kids at a young age if they don't go to school, they're lost over there because there's nothing basically like you said, and then besides just smuggling goods and not doing very good with the lives. Now for like a typical day in the camp, we had no electricity. During the day, we just get it 4 hours a day, tops, and we barely had any water. It's really hot and during the day and really cold during the night. During living in a tent too, that made it a little bit hard. We get a lot of sandstorms, which made it way too difficult too. And the schools were right. The schools got us through a lot, and then basically without the schools over there, we wouldn't be here, honestly.
And because the life in Syria was very difficult and hard and not safe and danger every time, and we lived in the underground.
In the basement,
In a
underground.
shelter or a basement. So yeah, what she's trying to say is, we lived for about 6 months in the basement of the shelter to just avoid bombs and rockets and all that. And like I was saying, the military took over town. They stole our house, burned it, just stole everything that they destroyed to the ground after. We haven't seen our house in 6 years, and a couple months ago we received videos because no one had access to the village for the military, and a few months ago they opened the doors for people to come in and then take on their houses, and then we got a couple of pictures and the videos of our house, and it was not pleasant.
And I think the thing that they're not saying is that Yazir has been so good to his brothers and sisters, I think brothers, and he helped all of his brothers build their homes. And he kind of sacrificed and supported his family to build their home. And in Syria, they don't have banks where you can take out the loan. Is that right? But you have to buy all the material yourself. And you were building your own dream house.
Yes, so
Something like-
it's not that we don't have banks.
do you have-
we do have banks, but we don't. People usually don't take loans because
To build a home.
It's forbidden in our religion. Not forbidden.
Okay.
Part of it is not allowed, I would say.
Okay.
But yeah, he was in the farm with his mom from like a really young age after his dad died when he was in 9th grade. He had to work at the land with his mom and then set all his siblings. He had 5 sisters and 4 brothers. They all went to college, and then he was like the last one to adjust himself. They all got married before him, and he was the last one to adjust himself and then build the house. And then they all built houses like around each other. Our neighborhood was only like our family, like close and far relatives.
So where is your family now?
All over the place.
In Jordan.
Okay, in Jordan.
Just my brother oldest brother in Syria.
Okay. What
Because
about you?
because engineer, electric, your wife, doctor woman, work with government, safe with and I live in the city safe. Just one brother, and all of us in Jordan this time.
You know that's hard when they told us you have till 1 o'clock at PM 1 o'clock you have to leave your village, and we don't know what we can to do. I don't. That's hard for us. We don't know how we can start anything. Everything was new. Everything was difficult at the beginning when in Jordan or in America. We have new life, new country, new language, everything. That's hard, but people, American people, they are very good. When we came to America, they helped us, and everything we okay. Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
I'm sorry, no speak English good because just learning in country grammar in the college, grammar English, no speak. And here no learning because my mother live with me and home. My mother old woman and very sick, dead before 4 months.
4 months ago.
Yeah, well, they're trying to say that, like, at that day, March, like, 13th, 2013,
Yeah.
We were, like, not in our neighborhood because our neighborhood was, all the military were there, and they were, like, trying to force us to leave the neighborhood because it was in danger. So what we did, my uncle and my dad decided to go to the other neighborhood so that we can be safer. I woke up like at 11. I was sleeping on the ground because you can't sleep on the beds because like at any time you will get shoot, like
Get
someone
shot.
will get like shooting you. At that day, I woke up. I heard my uncle saying to my mom that we have to leave the country now, otherwise we will be killed or we will see our kids dying in front of our eyes. What we did is that we didn't get any stuff. We have no clothes, nothing, because we weren't in our house. We were in a different neighborhood. We get into a car, like 5 families in one car. So we went to another village. There, like we all decided, my dad and my uncles decided to go like to a different village so that we can be more safe. There, my dad saw like some military or like the other side of the battle has guns in their hands. They were trying to shoot like people in the streets. So at that moment, my parents decided to go to Jordan. So just imagine like one moment changed your whole life. Like a decision, one decision changed your whole life. We become like from that moment a refugee. We call like a refugee. I hate this word, like not because like people mean like trying to be mean to me, but like I feel like I'm not like them. I'm not a human. Like I just hate people call me a refugee. I don't know. It's just for some reason I feel like I'm not a human for some reason. So we went to Jordan. First day there, like it was like I like it. Like I feel like we're safe. Like this is more than home. Because my home was like not my home. Like it wasn't my home because it was all damaged. You see, like people dying in front of your eyes. Kids are dying in the streets. Like blood in the streets. Guns everywhere. People are running, shootings. Like everywhere. Like Syria now is like a movie, like an action movie. It has like all. After that, like we went to Jordan. The first day there, like we feel safe. Then like we woke up in the morning. Like we couldn't imagine like we will live in a tent. We saw a tent in front of your eyes, like in front of our eyes. Like what? Are we gonna live here? Like just imagine yourself like from a house, from your room, like you're sleeping in your bed, and to a tent for 7 people in one small tent. No bathrooms, no clean water. If you want clean water, you go get it by yourself. You have to pay money for that. And as my dad, like my parents said that their dream house, they put all their money. Just imagine that, like 15 or more than that years of working, putting their money just to build a house. Their dream house, and just like a video, just like someone recorded a video for our house, it's all damaged, all burned. It's just a piece of black thing in the earth, like in the ground. That's it. So now, like we have, like my parents are just raising us, like as my brother said, that education is our goal, because we want to start from the beginning and build our lives. I have goals. You can't believe me if I say like I work out every day, just one goal in my mind, that I will be something in the future. Everyone will wish to be like me, strong like me. I want to stand in front of people and say that I'm Salam Alzoubi, and I will help all the Syrian refugees and my country, and to build again.
So actually, I'm the teacher in Hillcrest High School. My daughter also just barely graduated from Westminster. So may I ask you a favor, please? Because this morning I happened to talk to my students about future, about dream. And I told them life is not easy, but still if you work hard, you can make your life easier. You don't have the choice to choose the life, but you have the choice to change your life. That's what I tell them, but some of the students don't really agree with me, because they say, you never went through the suffering like we did, so you don't share our feeling. So I was thinking, if you, any of you can come to my class and share your experience to them, that will be very inspiring to them. Because I, from what I heard, that you guys still held the hope, even though your life suddenly become ruined, right? So you still hold that hope. That's really important.
Yeah.
So, may I ask you the favor?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
One thing is that like students here, like they're really blessed because they have all the opportunities to get like good education in their lives. Like back in Syria, like we don't have like that much of opportunities like to be like that good. But here, like students, they're really blessed to have all like the materials, all the ways to be successful in their lives. But like you don't know what's like the students are struggling in their lives.
Right.
Because like as a little kid, I know that like I experienced a lot of like bad stuff. I went through like big depression just from like the age 10 years and a half.
And Mahmoud maybe remember something about
Also, we were like walking from like Syria to Jordan on the night. So my dad carried me on his back because I was only like 2 years old or 2 and a half, and then like I don't know what's going on. So like we walked for like the whole night, and then like if someone moves something, he gets killed. We have to listen to like there were people like they were protecting us. So like if we move or something, we get killed. So we have to like listen with what they say. So like yeah.
Yeah, one thing is that like Syrian people are dying of several different ways, like harsh circumstances are surrounding by the Syrian people. Some of them are dying because they're trying to be safe and traveling from their country through the sea to another country. And they're in the sea, like they just like they're just dead in the sea without seeing their parents, their families. And us, like we traveled walking from Jordan to Syria, from Syria to Jordan, walking in our legs. Like it was like a year. Like you can't imagine like these hours. Like we're for us like a year. Like you can't imagine for a little kid, for a little child, how was that hard for them? And for the parents, you can't like they have 5 kids. They're responsible for them.
So you have something to
Yeah.
say?
Sorry. I just had a quick question. So the teenagers here, or you young people, so I know that we as adults, like we try to teach our students to value the blessings that they have, right? they live in a country, a lot of them, and yes, they come from some difficult circumstances as well, but they live in this country that has never really known war, you know. We haven't had a war on our American soil since the Civil War, clear back, you know.
Yeah.
And so I try to tell them, you know, you don't know what it's like to be afraid of guns in the streets, or bombs falling on your house, or running in the night for your life.
Yeah.
You know, but they don't, I mean, none of us really, unless we've experienced it, but I think sometimes I get frustrated because my teenagers, they don't want to come to class, they don't want to do their work, they feel like their lives are so hard, when they're not, right? And I'm sure that you, because you're with teenagers every day too, and so do you ever look around at some of your classmates and just go, why are you complaining, you know, because of what you've been through? Is that hard for you to relate to American teenagers?
Yeah, always.
Do you want to just like smack them and say,
Oh my God.
Well, that's their lives, so everyone.
So like if all 5 of you students could give an idea to us as teachers, like what do you need sitting inside of our classrooms? What kind of teacher could you have used? How could I connect with you and students in your similar situation or circumstance, family experiences? What do you want us to know?
Feel us welcome in your class, and yeah, what else?
And I want my teacher to be ready for me, like when I have a question, to I want the feelings to come to me that this teacher is caring about me, about my future, not about they're just want to do their jobs and that's it. I just want them to all my teachers are really good. That's why I'm talking this way.
Yeah, that's.
I love my teachers. Yeah.
So yeah, I have some pictures about Syria. So those pictures 10 years ago. So this is Syria's flag. And this is Umayyad Square. It's in the capital city, Damascus, Syria. Yeah. And this is Syria at night. It's so beautiful. Yeah. You see it? Sorry. Yeah, but
It's
so
tricky.
she will share with you guys.
I'll put it on our announcements.
Yeah. And this is Umayyad Mosque. It's a very mosque in Syria. It's a very famous mosque in Syria. Lots and lots of tourists used to come to see it, to visit it, because it's very old.
Is that close to where you used to live then?
2 hours ago.
Where?
No, from our house.
And then 1 hour.
1 hour.
100 kilometers. No, kilometers.
We don't use miles in Syria. Yeah. So this is Syria before, and this is after the war. Can you see it? It's a disaster. So Syrian people are not dying every day from shells and explosions. They are dying from starving, from hunger. So as you know, Syria, so the war had affected Syria's economy. So lots and lots of poor Syrian families can't offer what their children need to survive, which is food. Yeah, which is the most important thing. So yeah, and I have a short video, you can watch it. So yeah, that's it's about Syria too. And as you see, an orphan Syrian boy sleeping between his parents. They are dead.
And do you guys remember that one picture? It ended up, it was
that
very famous
boy,
of
the boy?
the little boy washing up on the water. That was a Syrian child going through from Turkey